And hi, everybody. Welcome to Ladies Power Lunch. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to say hi to our lovely ladies who've joined us here on our Ladies Power Lunch Zoom call. And I also want to say hi to everybody who's joining us over on our Facebook group. It's great to join us on Facebook. That's amazing. And we love that. And we also adore it when you join us over here on the Zoom as well. And I was just mentioning to our attendees today that, when you join us on the Facebook group, it's fine, but joining us on the Zoom is great because one, you get a chance to introduce yourself to the whole group, and two, you live on for perpetuity with your introduction on our YouTube channel. And if this gets chosen for our podcast, you also live on there. So you get a chance to be seen and heard by quite a few people. So I invite you, if you'd like to join us for the rest of Friday Party, which continues with our Ladies Power Lunch Free Gift Friday at 1, and also Ladies Power Lunch Ladies Night In tonight at 6, then absolutely just hop on over to our Facebook group and you'll be able to see the Zoom invites over there. All right, so let's get started. Before we start, I want to say thank you so much to Cami, one of our members, who sent me such a beautiful gift today. So for mail call, I just want to read one of the cards in this beautiful card deck that she made herself, actually. And this one is Sisters of the Horse. I pulled it this morning, and it's no accident because the things that we talk about here at Ladies Power Lunch are all focused on supporting each other in an intentional way. And this card just speaks directly to my heart. Sisters of the Horse. Sisters in spirit, aligned to the spirit of the horse. It is a deep connection. You can feel this connection, safe, opening of heart to heart, a moving, living, breathing flow back and forth, grounded in trust, love, openness. Connection is a blessing with new friends, old friends, family, people you trust. To let connection in, you must invite it. If you feel that urge to know more of someone, imagine your heart opening ever so invitingly. Start the flow. So that's the card that I pulled for us today. And thank you so much to Cami. Your beautiful gift made my day. And we got some nice cards this week and some really nice posts and comments in the group. And we also got some really uplifting messages. And I just want to say thank you to everybody for all your kind words, gifts, and thoughts. All right, let's dive right in because today we're talking about something that I feel like I sometimes have some trepidation around. Sometimes many of you probably do also. So I want to invite us to have this conversation about banking. And I've invited Judy, who is an expert banker, and she's with Key Bank. She's also my banker, and she's going to share with us today a bit about banking. But before we start, Susan was so kind to join us over here on Zoom. So, Susan, will you just introduce yourself and tell everybody who you are and what it is that you do?
Thank you, Dr. Davia. I'm Susan from Unstoppable Women in Business.
Just love that name. It's so
Oh,
great.
thank you. The more I say it, the more it's in my DNA, and it speaks to exactly what I do. I'm just a supporter, a huge supporter of women entrepreneurs, and I know that in order for them to have a true thriving business, they've got to grow their revenue. And I know it's also a place that's a little uncomfortable for people. So I specialize in helping people put together strategies and new sales conversations so that they don't dread that part of their business that's so important to them.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. And of course, welcome, Judy. I would love to give you the opportunity to please go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell everybody who you are and what it is that you're doing in the world.
So my name is Judy Casperson, and I have been in banking for about 21 years, really focusing on empowering women in their business. So I'm a small business banker is my focus, but I also do community. So I work with nonprofits as well to deliver financial wellness solutions first, which lead to different banking products for you individually. So we really cater to each person in order to give them the right banking solution and not just sort of throw something at them. So that goes along with my personal passion for creating and building wealth for ourselves. So being able to be a manager at Key Bank and go out to all the small businesses is one of the things that really drives me.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. So, I know that when it comes to banking, there's so much that we don't know. There's so many things that we might be as small business people getting tripped up on. What are the essentials? What are the basics that you think every single business owner should be focused on, especially right now with the way that business has been over the past year?
So one of the things that was important was to actually have a banking relationship. So many people, have not set up their businesses properly. So they're not acknowledged. They weren't doing their taxes perhaps correctly. So getting, a certificate of authentication, getting a trade name certificate, filing with the Secretary of State your name so that you can establish yourself as a true business, have a relationship with a bank. So you want to make sure that you're getting, the right checking account, the right, sometimes having merchant services, so credit card processing that is secure for you and for your clients is important. We also have solutions to help people with, lines of credit, overdraft protection, having a business credit card so that you don't use your personal credit card, which is a huge thing. People are using their personal credit for their business. And so then if their business isn't being as successful, then their personal credit fails, and then they're not able to get the business credit. So it's sort of, the cyclical thing that is a downward spiral, instead of having a bank partner who's going to set you up for success and help you create all of the structures and put everything in place in order to be successful. We also have loans and lines of credit. We have, if you bring in a business partner before you start your business, we can talk about the advantages of having a lease agreement for equipment that you might need, as opposed to purchasing. It's like, what's the best thing for you to do at each stage of your business? We talk about those things. Thinking about, how much revenue, how much money do you need to have? How do you need to address paying down your loans so that you become a strong credit risk, right? And we talk also about, when you're looking at expanding your business, are you paying yourself enough? So that's why we partner with CPAs. Are you paying yourself enough to get the loans that you need so that you can get the lowest interest rates with loans? Because, people do get private money, but the loans associated with that are, very, very large, the interest rates. But we have very competitive interest rates, and we would allow you then to access funds for your business that would work for you for today and in the future.
Wow, that's a lot, but really
It is a
excited
lot.
to know that we don't have, even though it is a lot, we don't have to worry about it, because lo and behold, we have in our group our very own personal bankers with you, Judy. So this is just wonderful news. So what are some of the things that you've been noticing that really entrepreneurs, women in business, people who own small business, they're doing these things and they should really cut it out? What's been happening that you've noticed?
So one of the biggest things that I see in the businesses that have challenges, they start with the passion for their business, but they don't follow it up with a solid business plan. Passion sometimes is so wonderful to get your business going, but you still want to have a strategic plan in order to have a successful business. So we also connect people with resources. If you don't have that business plan, we try to make sure that you get connected with different resources that are at no cost to help you develop your business plan, because we want you to be successful as well. So that's one of the a foundational piece, right? And then we work with you so that you can start, like I said, establishing that credit risk, credit rating is one of the biggest things that you can do. Many people didn't set themselves up properly, so they didn't think that they were eligible for the PPP. So thankfully, the PPP has now been extended through the end of May. So many small business owners who thought maybe I was too small, or, I didn't look at it, or I didn't think I would qualify, they still have the opportunity to look to see if there could be help for your small business. So we can help you look at that. We can help you set that up. We're we're in the top 10 for SBA lenders, Small Business Administration guaranteed loans. So that helps startups, but you're not a bankable business really until you've been in business for 2 years. So you have 2 years of tax returns, so file your taxes, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
The other thing that we do a little differently is that even with businesses that might not be established for 2 years, after 1 year, we consider we consider them, a business relationship. When we have relationship, then we look at them for maybe overdraft protection. So would a $500,000, $2,500 line of credit attached to your checking help you to bridge gaps until you can get to the bankable limits? Or do you need, or can we help you with, like I said, other solutions, merchant solutions, so that you get the least expensive credit card processing? We have this thing called Key Cash Flow. So I have my landscaper. It's a female-owned business. She comes, she does my yard. She's great. She runs a crew. I'm always looking to pay her, and I haven't even gotten a bill yet. So she's not capitalizing on getting her accounts receivable. Like does she know how much money could she have, and how much less stress could she have if after she completed my service, she could send out a text where I could pay her, or an email that would allow me to go in and pay her immediately. She wouldn't have to go back and do all of the work that is associated with thinking about what she did that day, and after her long day, then continuing to send out all the invoices, or even, doing other things like, spending her weekend doing it. We also have some amazing things for medical practices now. We have touchless
Yes.
rectangle health. We have touchless solutions to help with accounts payable and receivable, and, client management. So we have many different solutions that people might not think about. But when we understand, by going through our small business wellness review or our personal wellness review, we do it on both levels, we can determine what's important to you and then create solutions just for you and help you to achieve them by setting your plan in place.
Judy, these are some of the things that, in talking to the women who are members of Ladies Power Lunch, I hear these things a lot. I definitely hear people saying they don't have the time to send out all the bills, and so they have not even asked for payment for the things that they do, and so they're in a cash flow crunch. This is something that is absolutely a real thing that I have heard people talk about. I wonder if people realize, though, how easy and simple it is to develop a relationship with your business banker. How does one even go about doing something like that?
So you send me a phone number, an email, let's set up a time to get together. So the thing that we do, we have secured Zoom meetings. We can open up your account when, if you needed me to meet you one day after work, I as a manager, I can stay a little bit later and meet my clients and set up over Zoom, depending on what your business needs are, what you need. So there's some information that I need from you, you need ID, we still need, social security numbers and 10 numbers for your tax ID and formation documents. But we get together, we have a conversation via Zoom or in person. I can come to you. That's the great thing about my role, being a small business and community banker, that I can come to you and your business and we can meet and discuss what you need. And once that happens, we get you all set up, meet to sign forms, get deposits in, and then you're ready to go. but you're ready to go with a plan about what is going to work best for you and next steps. We often check in depending on what your needs are. Sometimes it's once a quarter, sometimes it's, a couple of times a year, but that's really the least, is like twice a year is our minimum that we would want to connect with our business clients. And some people we connect with once a month as they're getting started. So we want you to know that we're a resource for you. And, we also have our Key for Women. We have a whole website on key.com dedicated to women, business owners, and entrepreneurs. It is a networking site. Also, we have events in a non-COVID environment, but now we have some events via Zoom. But there are resources there for business ideas, business development, as well as having opportunities to connect. We have mentor-mentee opportunities, but the networking is huge. And that's one thing for me, when people look at it, well, Judy, why do you really focus on women in business? I was a small business owner. I've had my own small business. I did not always have a corporation sending me a paycheck. So I understand many of the challenges, and I was doing it in another country as well. Understand some of the challenges that you faced in that you're marketing, you're driving business, you're delivering your great services, and some of the opportunities there. How do I grow my business if I'm doing everything? We have solutions to help you get to where you want to go. And Key for Women is free, so you don't have to be a client of Key Bank in order to access our Key for Women. It is truly something that we give to the community. We'd love for you to come and bank with us, but we want you to understand that our investment in you is genuine and it's free to begin. It's free, it's a resource. Can't hear you.
That now I realize that there's no way that you can hear me when I am muted. It's just impossible. So I really, really appreciate all the things that you're sharing with us. And I know this is a conversation that we could keep going for a really long time because it's so important. It's like foundational for any business owner, female business owners more so, because as we all know, only about 4% of American women business owners actually ever make it to $1 million. That is just crazy. That statistic, we've got to change it. And I think with having a solid business relationship with our bankers, we can really, really move the needle on that. I want to give Susan an opportunity and anybody who's over in our Facebook group to ask questions of you. So this is a hot seat time. Susan, any questions?
I do. I have a question. Judy, thank you so much. First of all, I pulled up your website really quickly, the Key for Women. This is amazing. It is quite a service that the bank provides for the community, and I thank you. As you know, I'm pretty passionate about women entrepreneurs. Okay, here's my banking question. I love you. I love what I'm hearing. I would love to have a deep connection and a relationship with the banker. Can it be virtual? I've found it very difficult having to take the time to go into branches and sit and, and it limits me to my area. So is there a relationship potential with virtual banking?
Absolutely. We have pivoted quite nicely. That's what I'm saying. We can set up a Zoom meeting. You can be in your living room, you can be in your office, and we can get everything set up. I send you codes through your phone for you to authenticate during our conversation. You send them back. You can show me your license over your Zoom. I can get everything set up for you and get you taken care of. Yeah.
You have made my day. That has been the hardest thing for me, because every bank that I've dealt with, it's like, no, you have to come in and we have to do it here. And then if I need to change, I have to go in. And it's like, I'm sorry, I don't have that time. And it's a lot to spend that type of time in someone's office right now.
We understand, especially if you're a solopreneur, right? You don't have 10 other people to keep your doors open or keep your business flowing. So that's the thing that I love about Key Bank, is that we have really embraced taking care of our business owners where they are. And so yes, Zoom, I send you a secure Zoom link and we work from there.
Beautiful. I'll be connecting with you, Judy. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's so wonderful. And I have to say, I'm putting myself out on the line here, that Judy did things for me that I could not imagine. Judy even drove herself to my office because I was unable to leave because of patient care reasons. And I've never seen anybody do that. I've got to say it was amazing. So I have to vouch for Judy and KeyBank when I say they go above and beyond. And I agree with you, Susan. The Key for Women website is an untapped resource. It's just something that people need to get in touch with.
Mhm.
Hey, one thing I will say to your audience, Dr. Davia, is, as women entrepreneurs start their businesses, the way they think about banking is, I need a checking account so I can deposit my revenue and pay my expenses. That's all that's on their mind, right?
Mhm.
And Judy, what you're helping us understand is that as our business grows, we need more, but you want to establish a relationship with someone that you have that personal connection. They understand where you're headed and what you need. And, I don't think we think about it that way. And personally, I've not met really a banker that I've been able to have that relationship with. So I'm very excited to hear this today. Thank you.
Yeah, this is wonderful. I do have another question for you, Judy, from our Ladies Power Lunch Facebook group. It is from Manda, and she would like to know, is there a way to check my business credit score?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I am not certain about that. I think that outside of really looking for a loan, I'd have to take that one back. I'm sorry, I haven't even ever been asked that question. But I know that once we look at your assets and we give you, what your net worth is, that will give me an idea. So we kind of determine that through your small business financial discussion, your wellness discussion. That will give me an idea of where you stand and what your bankability is.
So it's not the same. Let me get this right. The business credit score is not exactly the same as the personal credit
That's correct.
score.
There's not a standard, right? There's not a standard out there. It's a combination of so many factors.
Mhm.
Your P&L sheet, your profit and loss for the year, your personal credit score. Sometimes that's the thing that could come into play. But it really is based on your ability to repay the loan.
So
And
it's
so
more
that's your
bankability than
bankability.
credit score. Got it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Your
totally
ability to
understand that.
yes.
Awesome. And of course, if you do come up with any other information to answer any of these questions, I do invite you to pop on over to the Ladies Power Lunch Facebook group and you can engage with our members over there in conversation. The time sure flies when you're having fun, am I right? Any final words
It
of
does.
wisdom that you'd like to share with us for our banking relationships as we go forward?
Uh, you know, establish one sooner rather than later, and really use us as a resource, and use us and help use banking services as tools for what you want to achieve in your personal life and your business. It's great to bank in the same place and to really, establish relationships on all fronts. And we really try to promote our business owners. We do business with them as an organization. We try, and I personally, because I've been a small business owner, I really work to connect my clients with other clients and helping them network, because that, when your business grows, our business grows.
Beautiful. I love it. We're going to have to leave it there, guys. How can people connect with you, Judy? Because I know people are going to want to.
So it's Judy_L_Casperson at keybank.com. And I'm going to give you my phone number, 860-324-0384. And you can send, texts and connect that way. And I'll look forward to scheduling an appointment with you. But I'm in the whole Hartford region. I sit in West Hartford and Avon.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, ladies. Judy, this has been such a pleasure. Susan, it's always so great to see you. I truly enjoyed this conversation and I look forward to having you back on the show. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you on the next show. Bye.